These are people who kill and they enjoy the destruction they have done to Ghanaians. Now, what Wontumi does and say, San Nimim Forest, or the prospecting license, and or the koye ekobu assassin gumu, or the patapa, and illegality. What he did was, the NPP government, eman all the access, and he hid behind what we call prospecting license. It was just a license, and would do rural virgin forest, and ukoko ho assassin or the license, a boo a kiss to guye. Now, do you know what he does? Urasa Sinimua say a 500 acre. Now, the Chinese for Naba. Or the Chinese for Naba. Now, what Sasana Momo. Now, let me read something to you first before I continue this. Send a bit. Now, Hadier. Something happened today, and I'm so happy about it. The CEO of Tamale Teaching Hospital, Mate and Yesia Pamono, and one. And I saw a video of the health minister going to Tamale Teaching Hospital, and what they went to see there, and they say the attitude of these people at the Tamale Teaching Hospital, the negligence on their part, how people are losing their lives, things they can do to make sure their lives are saved. Oko Tamale Teaching Hospital. Some people think say they have this sense of entitlement, say Yamomo position. So the process, the work, the ethics now, somebody they have neglected that people losing their lives. And do you know what hurts? They are say the people working in these hospitals, they are being paid by the people they are indirectly murdering. Because so how about China about hospital now? Oh, here oxygen keke. The hospital has to make sure it is always having oxygen, making sure there are places for emergency. Sa about China or that stretcher sooner oh sa about China taxes the rituals uncle voe. At the end of the day, eco private hospital. It is despicable. It hurts because Nipana Yadina Ketia ana netwo etia we kano. Sa Nipani wu and a when yetia the car every month and audition a. So Akando today, when he went to the Tamale Teaching Hospital, who said clear-cut negligence was displayed at the Tamale Hospital. And at the end of the day, as the health minister, he needed to take action because the president has given him an assignment. President Namade Jumasa Onye, so when Tumi deliver, the president will sack him as the health minister. So he needs to also exert all the powers that he have to make sure say Ejumana den Edimu Emma president to keep on Emma Ghana for Enya Hoto. So at the end of the day, I had the CEO of Tamale Teaching Hospital, the health minister, powers of President Ramano was sacking the CEO. This is the kind of governance we need. Wait, Obiba said, this is not normal. It is not supposed to be done. What should be normal and what is supposed to be done? Sanka, Rome, Akonta, Ankoku, Ankoje, Omainbia, Anka Daben, Anka, Intokobesimo, Biakoji, Omainbi. Something needs to be happening at a point. And I am telling the health minister, he should not stop there. Go to Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. That place is a death trap. There's one thing people do in Ghana. The moment they are moved to be CEOs of agencies and especially regional hospitals, what they do is they try to turn a office into a chieftaincy office. And one particular place, Amehupani Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Every time they post to be uncle headed a Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, what they do in the say, they will then go and attach opposition to Mensah. So you will see, say, the CEO of Konfanochi, at the end of the day, say, oh, he's an officer cry. You need to go through Mensah before you can access the CEO who was appointed by a president or a government in power. And it's a steady Konfanochi problem now. Majority of the time, the job that is supposed to be done by the CEOs at Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, majority of the job, the CEO makes you even believe, say, he's working for a chief instead of the government. And the Konfanochi now open information because the CEOs now they are so affiliated to Mensah. People are even scared. Nurses, doctors are even scared to tell you the truth about the real stuff happening at Konfanochi. Because obi wo konfonoche na adwene ne say oni menhia ye fine, there is no way even a president can sack him. And it applies not to just the CEO now, it applies to previous CEOs. That is what they do. Go to the Western Regional Hospital. The same thing. The last time we did a whole editorial on the Takoradi Regional Hospital. And you see how badly they are managing the hospital. You will be shocked to know, say, when these people are called, CEOs are called by health ministers to even render accounts, to let us know the real issues on the ground, they basically, at the end of the day, try to push the matter to ahimfie. As much as Mensah is doing its part to revive Komfo-Anokye, the biggest problem of Komfo-Anokye is its leadership affiliation to Mensah. I'm telling you. Into go who see obi Komfo-Anokye na on perform no you say on the ne wofane nana on the oko Mensah on the otumfo penasem pa into adwuma na oye no engina ne naso no. The moment you try to touch the person, yes, oh, where the Mensah penasem o into Wontumi fa wonsanka no. And this is not just the Ashanti region. Go to the rest of the regions. You will see, say, majority of these CEOs, no, pay homage. They have basically made ahimfie na wasa area as their second office. Yeah, can one hospital or Ghana a death trap anchor. We are say, broni ne di Ghana so because yembuntungu Komfo-Anokye. I'm telling you. Upon all that Otumfo is doing, it is not the Otumfo and Komfo-Anokye or whoever is helping Komfo-Anokye. No, it is Komfo-Anokye's problem. 1%. Komfo-Anokye problem 99%. All the things you are seeing there, you see acquire 1 room B, you acquire 3 room. Here Komfo-Anokye, it is a percentage of Komfo-Anokye problem, less than a percentage. Yeah, your mayanki ni dia. I already say a bit change your health system now. Komfo-Anokye and some regional hospital or Sanka right now you bought to go see for dada. But you see, as my making. Adia betchen, obi betina TikTok, obi betina Facebook, obeka se Kevin Taylor de kwasia, Kevin Taylor de on tire santifo, Kevin Taylor de hwe de okekenka, eye den na oka se Komfo-Anokye CEO. Adia betchena ne maame afe ne se. Ye de nudu Komfo-Anokye a oxygen keke ne maame nya no maame ewu. These are facts. And don't always go to Ho, go to Takoradi, go to Komfo-Anokye, and the Bomu Tamale. You go, you people know the truth. Problem, no. The problem is not fixing one ward or going to put tiles in one room. The problem is the root, no. The structure itself needs to be demolished. Now, Senka Seria, Afari, any all these hospitals are Sebio Yesis in Ghana or Takoradi, Sankanina effectively are working now. It will be easy to break down Komfo-Anokye. Yeah, it will be easy. But because we are refusing to insist to say, I was say these hospitals that are equally equipped to say Komfo-Anokye are put to use for the pressure of Komfo-Anokye to be taken and handed over to these hospitals for Komfo-Anokye to be broken down. You see, and yet death trap. That is our problem. Into the Tamale Teaching Hospital CEO near Pamano, it is in the right order. And I don't want it to stop here. Go to Takoradi, go to Ho, go to Komfo-Anokye, go to all these places. Say CEO, we need to sack the person, sack him. Or he need be appointed CEO of Ghana. No chief is paying any CEO in Ghana. Or he need be anywhere Otia CEO be or Ghana every month. Every incentive CEO be Enyan or Ghana, no, he need be anywhere CEO cash or them. Or he need be anywhere Otia CEO per diem. A yen in Otia CEO ka into the health minister, go out there. Anybody who is not delivering, sack them. People can scream because people find it difficult to adapt to change. That is why, and the Chief Justice Assembly, some people are making it look like, say, ya will be minimum kind. No, we are adapting to change, and we need to change things. Now, here there, Mumayam Bonra, Galamsey. Galamsey. Now we all know a Juma NPP Abain fa Galamsey the negligence, the deliberate destructions of our water bodies, our rivers, our forests. Ghana ni bia 8 years senior MPP abanwe essay Ghana and Sasi. Now, when you compare what is happening in Ghana, or maybe anka Kofi Bua anka also land minister for 20 years. Remember, Kofi Bua has been minister of land for less than 4 months. Now, when you see the way the government is dealing with Galamsey, the way the government is fighting Galamsey in less than 5 months, then it means there is a lot of hope. It means so you're Ghanaian, you have to be happy. You have to be happy because it is looking like the government of the day has this will, is ready to fight Galamsey. Now look at this.
Say baby atwaso. Edin na ye atwaso. To wit, this is the land our forefathers left for us. With their blood and sweat, they toiled and tilled the land so we can enjoy the fruits of their labor and the goodness of the land. We had one responsibility: to take care of this land and pass it on to the next generation. And yet, what have we done with it? This is the Tano Nimri Forest Reserve, in the heart of the western region of this beautiful land of Ghana. This is what betrayal looks like. This is what Akonta Mining Company has done to the Nimri Forest Reserve. What should have been here should have been trees, ancient trees, older than our grandparents, trees that whispered our history, trees that held rains and fed our rivers. Now, they are just corpses in a graveyard. This is the Tano River, which once gave life to the people of Summer Boy and its environs. Children swam here, women cooked with it, farmers watered their crops with it and drank from it. The fufu and palm nut soup we so enjoy was birthed here. Today, it carries the blood of the land, murdered for gold by greed of Akonta Mining Company Limited. Thick brown poison swirling where crystal waters once flowed. These men, they may be criminals, and yet they are also victims. Desperate souls paid peanuts to dig their nation's grave. But the real criminals, they sit in air-conditioned offices, counting their blood money.
What you say? Solid money. Mami Fabio Munchro. What you say? Solid. What you say? Solid money. Solid. What you solid money? Mami Fabio Munchro. Solid. Solid money. I'm talking about solid money. What you say? And the casa Wontumi was sika. Anya bango. Anya gold. And the sound God here I can't watch me. What it? Mami Fabio Munchro. Mami Fabio Munchro. Solid money. We are talking about solid money. Solid money. Oh, and now Mami Fabio Cransatro. Mami Fabio Musatro.
These machines didn't fall from the sky. Someone bought them. Someone imported them. Someone profits from this genocide of our land. And their names are in government files. The future of our children is stolen before they can even spell their names. The water they drink is poison. The air they breathe is dust. And the men who did this, they dine in the city's finest restaurants. This is not mining. This is treason. Every pit you see is a wound on Ghana's body. Every excavator is a knife on our back. We knew this was happening. We let it happen.
Akonta is but one of the many entities causing these grave devastations to our land. A sin against God and against humanity.
But today, we choose. Will we bury our children in this greed? Or would we bury the traitors behind bars instead? President Mahama's administration is poised to make a choice for a greater good of the people of Ghana.
It shall be the policy of this government to ban the issuance of leases for mining in all forest reserves. We shall also move promptly to revoke all leases issued for the same purpose under the previous government.
We are not going to spare anybody who ventures to do illegal mining in our forest reserve, and we've made it clear. In the coming weeks, you will see steps being taken by the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology. And so my message today, having reclaimed this shelter belt in the fin, is to all of the thugs that are in all the other 43 forest reserves. We are coming to you. We are coming after you. The chain of people who are involved. The investigation has commenced, and thanks to the effort of the investigators, we are tracking them all the way to their financiers and to those who sell or rent those excavators. They are all going to face the full rigors of the law.
Patriots of our land, rise. We must stop the bleeding. We must stop it now. We cannot keep doing this to ourselves. We deserve better. Ghana deserves better.
So, Ghana situation ni. This is what the NPP left. Do you use 3 months to finish this, to cure this? No. What is the government doing? You are seeing it. You see how the minister is working day in, day out. You see how people are putting their lives on the line. This is the trademark. So, NPP. This is the NPP you just saw in our forest reserves. Today, I'm about to TV so catch the Ghana for say, a demonstration because 2 months, 3 months, NDC are buying and survey Galamsey. Sanko for so see a chum near the second war minimum. Today, the same fools, these same criminals, the likes of Chairman Wontumi, Kojo Ponkroma, Kate Jemfua, Samia Uku, Lord Kome, Kokuba Akomone Gabby, the likes of Chairman Wontumi Nasefono. Today they are on TV telling Ghana for say, after this destruction, in the name of politics, Omdi Ghana no 3 months no yen solve a problem in tea. Yenjai Bibia ni blame John Mahama. On say recently, Omoko and Omokoche Edian. Omokoche Chairman Wontumi. Ne saita na sebio on the Chinese for gum virgin forests. Chairman Wontumi, and as we speak, you are a handful. NPP 4-way person by Chairman Wontumi, national chairman of the NPP. I'm a national chairman. It should worry you. You should be scared. This is Chairman Wontumi. Video I'm the children, and thousands of such distractions are in Ghana. The party in opposition, NPP, no, NPF, no, they are thinking of making that guy the national chairman. Sad destruction ya hu ya Chinese for we know. Chairman Wontumi was just a regional chairman. Obetna TV so betna 2482 asase so e wo menhia eyiyi gold free ni pano no or just a mere regional chairman. Now or a chairman of only Ashanti region. Now the NPP want to make Chairman Wontumi the national chairman, meaning region biaba beshana say. That means the destruction of was just one region, 2 regions, 3 regions, you know. When he's given the nod to be the national chairman, he will take all the 16 regions and destroy it. This is the NPP. It's a party near dangerous. These are people you cannot play with. These are people who kill and they enjoy the destruction they have done to Ghanaians. These are crazy stuff. Also recently, Mote Abrewa Ninkran. Sa site we know omoko destroying recent soldier for Cour Chairman Wontumi site. Abrewa Ninkran bi na soldier for Cour you see a whole forest mu, you see a whole city. Your electricity plant, your brothel, your Ashawo joint, your baby a ton red, your baby a ton restaurant. Chairman Wontumi the build this site no inside the forest. Chairman Wontumi. Because he was just a regional chairman KKO. And they gave him the room. Nana do danko for the General TV so catch say Akonta mine na ye nyina ye nima land commission publish a document e kire so mo ye Galamsey no Nana do danko for the General TV so catch say ono na aiding the presidency at all. Akonta mining is not involved in illegal mining. The same time na Akufo Addo kasa no na Chairman Wontumi Akonta mining company no na omu see eye Abrewa Ninkran na they were building a Galamsey hub. They were building a Galamsey hub in the middle of our forest. Nana Akufo Addo knew. Every single regional minister of the NPP knew. Every chief, Sadio, we are building on towns. They knew. They gave him the room. They built a whole city inside a virgin forest. Chairman Wontumi at the excavators Bunya, a virgin forest. Could see a whole Galamsey city. Now, there's something you don't know. The lands minister issued statement. Amakofi. And I'm going to do everything possible to support this man in his fight against Galamsey. He's not sophisticated. Maybe he's not the kind you see or share a very shiny shirt, living a flamboyant lifestyle, trying to speak the perfect English. But one thing I know about him is he's Ghanaian and is ready to deliver. So me, I am willing to support the genuineness he's attaching to this fight. Let me tell you, the fight against this menace is not going to be a 4-year fight. It's not going to be an 8-year fight. It's going to be a fight that is going to take long. That the reason why we have to understand, say, we can only win this fight, you know, we all have to be willing and ready to keep this momentum and keep this government. Because the people who caused this problem, they are on the sidelines. The NPP are sitting. They are waiting. They want to do us harm. They want to put the final nail. It's me. Whatever I can do to stop a NPP from coming back to do this, I'll do it. And I'll do it with the incredible facts. And you're personal. It's not against an individual. It's not against the party. It is against people in the party who have bad intentions to destroy this nation. Enti ama kofubua, amanfo OnuaTV so. When he saw the video and other things that was shown to him as the minister, he cried. And my MPP communicators, and me myself, I wrote it on my Twitter. Ama Kofibua, stop crying and do the job. The reason why I wrote that was that we all have our low points. But when you get to our low point, we need to understand that low point is telling us that we need to fight the battle. Unless you're not human, and I'll be with the destruction in the forest you just saw, now Umfili sad. He is sad and crying because right now the responsibility is upon him to save your child. Every single Ghanaian, the 32 million, 33 million Ghanaians, Ghana, no, every single child, na brabo insure benum every single day, it's on this guy to make sure he fights it. This is a burden. And unless you are not ready to fight this, you wouldn't mind. Sabio, Saoko, na car bo obi krama da kwan ho a you don't feel it. But so okona car bo okra krama da kwan ho a you feel it. And the guy is feeling it because he knows that it is not just him. It cuts deep. So when he sits on TV to cry, he's crying because he sees the damage. He's just an individual who came to occupy an officer, a fellow human being. Ashadatnasi are destroy. And I know every single day, who saw video now is going to remind him, is going to tell him, is going to ginger him, he's going to tell him that the sacrifices and the promise you made to the young people of Ghana, you need to fulfill it. Make sure you fight this Galamsey. Leadership is what you are seeing. People are hurt. He put himself in your shoes. He put himself in that ordinary Ghanaian or praso or ekura Galamsey or no or yini who free a member of parliament position or yini who free a ministerial position or yini who free Mayor Akufo Boa. He placed himself of the Western region. He knows what Galamsey can do. At that moment, he wasn't doing politics. He has left that zone. He was in that zone that was realistic, that this needs to be tackled. So this is not a joke. It is not politics as usual. This is a national disaster which was brought upon us by the NPP, led by Chairman Wontumi, Kate Jemfua, Samuel Wuku, Kojo Ponkroma, Gabby. This was led by Lord Kome. This is a disaster. This is genocide inflicted upon us by a political party called the NPP. So unless Unia Badaye, you don't have empathy and sympathy to understand what we are talking about. Obi awawu o Ghana, yawu no Ghana, owoba o Ghana. Na Adwenepa say obewu, amyesie o Ghana no. When you see this kind of destruction, it hurts you. Ekire wu nye nipa. Ekire wo ya aboa. Ekire wa politics e jimu. Ekire you want to tell me the past 8 years we were not in Ghana. Until when a young man, a young woman, because of politics, but not social media, ebekase, and the John Mahama unsolved Galamsey. Now it's a sani pano or sabua or see a chicken near what's second one minimum. Because then they still don't understand how deep that cuts. They still think it is politics. They still think me party ni power and tea. They still don't feel for the Ghanaian who is being killed by the actions of Omwankasa party. They still don't get it. They still see this as politics as usual. Now the minister has taken action. And the minister was what? Or say Lands Minister Direct Minerals Commission to revoke Akonta mining's lease for allegedly selling portions of the Tano Nimrim forest to illegal miners at 350,000 per concession. So, Chairman Wontumi ya mumudu do monti aseneni. Maminye we na afi yenye CG story no. What is happening is say, enutina Chairman Wontumi sometimes no otumi gina TV so bo so aka kire mo say, onye Galamsey bia, no Chinese is working for me. Go to court if you have evidence. The reason why in tia abuaba we etimi bien anokasa asem kire Ghana for, even though Krampono, there were evidence on record, on file, say the Lands Commission clearly came out to tell Chairman Wontumi say he is doing illegal mining. No. The reason Otuminya Saku could do the kasa asem no, I mean short trick no. And that is something he has been doing for years. And it's Otuminya bold, no alternative to say, Minya Galamsey. What Chairman Wontumi does and say, Chairman Wontumi and then Akonta mining no, they don't have a license or lease to mine. They don't have it. Now, Chairman Wontumi hides behind a prospecting license. Now, the prospecting license, different from a leasing license. Now, and our license to mine. Now, what Chairman Wontumi does and say, San Nimrim Forest, or the prospecting license, and or the koye eko boo assassin gumu, eko boo forest, So what he did is say, or the patapa and the illegality and our GBB a friend of prospecting or kotu to neni or kotu sasaso say be a gold baby or who go na ansana waba abeka okay me be yankrata age license and me de be den ebetu egudie. What he did was the NPP government eman all the access and he hid behind what we call prospecting license. It was just a license, you know, and we do rural virgin forest. And na ukoko oho asase or the license, you know, a boo a case to go ye. Now, do you know what he does? Owurasa sinimua say a 500 acre and now 500 acres, whatever you want to call it. Now, or the Chinese for na ba, or the Chinese for na ba. Now, what sasina momo. Now, let me read something to you first before I continue this. Now, you see this document. A document, your friend of Minerals and Mining Act, as amended by Minerals and Mining Amendment Act 2019 Act 995, arrangement of sections. Now, sa act we and a chere so person oya mining Ghana, the also ye any the ni so ye. The emrana ma ho kwan and the emrana emma ho kwan. Now, this was what Chairman Wontumi did. Sebio, at this point, you know, maybe chiro the secret. Anything I'll say, obi antumi njeli no. Now, so share a year Minerals Mining Act now. On say your ownership of minerals and cadastral system, minerals property of republic, compulsory acquisition of land available for application for minerals right. Now, so sa act we mo. This is what you see. Let me read this part in show. Now, so section 14 of the Minerals Act now. This is what it says. A minerals right shall not in whole or in part be transferred. A minerals right shall not be in whole or in part be transferred, assigned, mortgaged, or otherwise encumbered or dealt in a manner without the prior approval in writing of the minister, which approval shall not be unreasonably withheld or given subject to unreasonable conditions. You see amount license for Ghana, so whether to prospecting license to mine. Emrani chere say sa license the Ashawo-Kevin Taylor, the Chairman Wontumi. Only the right to say sa license no obeka se wodi ma obi edi akwakwa ye adwuma ana ode sublet obi ana say o ka say okay maje sa adewe midimu half may transfer lease where masimesi sa we amakoji lease wo ho 10 acres no may transfer half edi amobi Ghana mrane kire say half o quarter o asase nyina no only the right to say obe transfer di ama obi. Say G now also fire den prospecting. G now also fire den fire mining. Emranitia, whether whole or half or piece. Emranitia say you need to go to the minister and take permission. You need to go to the minister for minister to write and sign and say you have been given the approval to do what? To sublet. To basically say what was assassin be mo be say or no so nyeden or no so anyden and mine was so into so prospecting license and now mining license emrano Minerals Act say won't me transfer ma obia won't me enter assassin be mo be say also eya akwisia mankwa Jennifer your prospecting or na mining was so emranitia. Now okay, point 2 now. This is what the point 2 says. Make sure be answer my church and my Wontumi the oye. Besides, which one is this? Where the minister has not given a decision in writing to the applicant within 30 days of receipt of an application for approval, the minister shall, upon a request from the applicant, give written reason to the applicant for the failure to communicate a decision on the application. So, Obi Kra Chokoma minister and say, Minister, Menam Chairman Wontumi, Bream Forest, no maji 50,000 acres. Na me pese me di ebima obi no so area mining and as audio prospecting na se minister na respond kra after 30 days the minister na respond there that person still a uni ho kwan say at the end of the day obekọ akoye saade no enti se minister na respond kra you need to find a way to communicate to the minister to get you are supposed to get a written documentation that from the minister officially that you can at the end of the day do what? You can at the end of the day transfer the land to mine. But until you are able to get a written permission from the minister, you cannot. Now, point 3 now. The reason required under subsection 2 shall be sent to the applicant within 14 days to receipt of the request. So basically, point 4, a dispute between the minister and an applicant or a holder in respect of a decision of the minister under subsection 1 shall be referred for resolution under section 27. Point 5, subject to the other provision of this section, an undivided proportionate part of a minerals right or application for a minerals right may be transferred, assigned, mortgaged, or otherwise encumbered or dealt with. So basically, what the law says in the say, so okoja sase, naga se oko prospecting, okoja sase, naga se okoye mining na, until obeji a written permission from the minister, documented and put on file. No, you don't have the right say obe transfer mobi. And I say, what be another company, another man you pay say omukrampo and mining or so and someone perspective also. That is the basic statement here. It is a chairman. I want to make a brim forester. Say onuneko mining. Nobody has the right to prospect. In fact, chairman, I want to me license an original brim. At the census, you know, it wasn't mining license. It was prospecting license. It was what? It was prospecting license. Inti chairman want me in the first place. Okuta prospecting license, Okuta mining license. He does not have the right to mine. Now, my mentor the AC. Mr. S. Now, chairman want to me with the oil and say. Let me put his picture on the screen. Send a beya ubiabe hun kwasi ade awoye. This is not the picture I'm looking for. Now, chairman want to me with the oil and say. The AC or brim no. The chairman want to me yen nyina Okoji asase no. Enti sa na oye no every part of Ghana. Owura virgin forest nim with prospecting license. Owura forest nim a na or the force we wurem also koye prospecting. Enti bia 50 acres, 200 acres. Owura asase nim a na owia we twitwa asase ni piece. No, try to 10 acre, 5 acre, 20 acre, 12 acre. Or ye we are not or the Chinese for na ba. Or the Chinese for na ba. No man the Ghana for no. ABA companies, no more partner Chinese for no. What he does is say, technically, Assassino is under prospecting, which belongs to the Akonta mining. Now, what you try Assassino my Chinese for no. Now my Chinese for no Ghana for no a partner. Now, terms or no more corner say. Asasibiano or the more 350,000. That is the Ghana is kind of 3.5 billion. Or we are not catch almost say every week go the biamu betunu Tuesday biano breaking day in Sanya Freno. Sa Galamsey no mo every week go the betunu over 50% shares wom. That means say so to gold 10 kilos or 5 kilos. Into only chairman want to me no sa brim forest no. Waji to go prospect, but on your prospective also. Waji no asableti, which is against the Mining Act, and a Chinese for no mugusuno, a di assassino. It will be such a man to me say, Chairman want to me, Galamsey or say me Galamsey way, dear Chesa me Galamsey, but indirectly no. Chinese for no more sabri wonina, other part of Ghana, Galamsey no, sika. Until you will not catch Chairman want to me standing assassin so to Galamsey. But machines are all indirectly and dia. Omo mu ye dwuma wo eye insasene so nyina indirectly and dia. Every breaking day, omo breaki eye Tuesday bia. Gold bi o meta no amene bi bia ne dia 50%. So you will not catch him say or na Galamsey say anything they bia no say. So what evidence afane ko. Now what is happening is say our directors omo did mine na no. Now those directors no more lead eye Chinese for no under the pretense say they are prospecting. Na omo ye serious illegal mining. It's a kwawe wetumi a catalyze a mining no illegal mining no in such a way say when you about say analyze it and your investigations here You will never see him. Into the piano boss, oh, Akonta mining for signboard this year, or some micro minimum or bois. But Obako Shemino, or see, oh, some media have prospecting. It is so be a mining and yamia or bois ONUA. And it's an saying, Omoko a abrewa ninkrai, and a brim one of the chinkofon, and assassin. Some of Insasino or the force Nigeria, some of them so time are more power no, and your time in Ademano. It's a quaweno, ye can insasia quasiampen you are said organa, and ye easy. Insasia, what first so the Galamsey, I say a kunipa, because in Sia or say, and remember, all the rivers in Ghana, they are connected, they are interconnected. And Akwawe has used a certain way or the politics at their says your Ghana. Now, something is going to happen very soon. And you see, you will see such a Wontumi Yancheno. But something will happen at Chema Wontumi Nankasa will hand himself over to the police. Eh? Akwawe Bonia Wedi. Bonia Wedi. Nipa or the Galamsey I say on my life for Ghana. Sir, those people leading his Akonta mining, all of them will go to jail. And he himself, he will end up at the wrong place. Remember Chema Wontumi Dadao. During NPP war power 8 years, that is what Chema Wontumi did. And he's still doing it. And it's in there, or down what a year, Akufo catch Ghana for say, me Galamsey, oh evidence of a chimney, because he thinks he can hide behind prospecting. And now prospecting no do brim edi diboneno. It is end there Chinese for Brim River and Brim Forester. Every single Chinese working there is working for Chema Wontumi. Every Tuesday, what they do is they go and pay Chema Wontumi because assassin and dia. But the Minerals Act says you cannot take assassin in the name of prospecting or even mining and do what and sublet it. Which minister actually granted, say, Chema Wontumi to me sublet a prospecting land for somebody to do illegal mining? Because when even it's a prospecting land, it's when you are able to get a permission from the minister in writing, whoever gets a piece of the land should be prospecting. They cannot mine because you don't have legitimate mining license. Under the license now Chema Wontumi using, he's not supposed to mine. He's supposed to prospect. So why is it say today prospecting has turned into Chinese foie? They are in the forest mining gold. You get what I mean? And the Akufo, how many licenses and release here? Samuel Abujinapo license sent or the chair before they left power. This is the number of licenses and the Akufo. This Urefi and the Akufo. Answer and Kofoi every power. Mining license 2037. Busa wonsa adentra. Mining license Akufo MPP aban edema eye omonkofo 2037. January 2017 to 2025 Obufri power. 2037 mining license. They gave it to their own people to come and do Galamsey in the name, say, Omo license. And it's not John Mahama Mono and the minister Kofi Boamo. Eka say they have cancelled all licenses. Omo issue now man for buofu. Adentina buofu. Say license issue ma or legitimate. Now say license no problem ni one. Why should you be worried? Because you can reapply for another license because the document you showed, say a legitimate document, you deserve to be given that license. Why are you worried when the president says, another minister says, they have revoked all licenses? It is because majority of the people who are giving license and the Akufo, they did not deserve it. They are criminals like Chema Wontumi. Now, 2037 licenses and the Akufo. Yes, this is what they did. Now, before I end this episode, Mamen bought this video. Nasha eye abrewa ninkran. That eye forest inside na Chema Wontumi. Ako build Galamsey City. Galamsey City. Now, when you watch the video, and I know most of you guys watch my video, but you need to be worried. Let me ask you. In TMP before na muye they say John Mahama and solve Galamsey is here no. Sa abrewa ninkran city near sin and then 3 months is here. The abrewa ninkran and the brim forest those habitats sa in Chrono Musisi no forest it has been there for 80 years. Do you want to tell me, say, police for not omo and they for the Baumia, they didn't see it? Over so me say, Ghana Forestry Commission, they didn't see, say, a city was being built, a Galamsey city was being built, they saw it. Do you want to tell me, say, the leader of the military and the Akufo, he did not see, say, there was a city being built inside a forest with thousands of people in there, with generators, houses being built, Galamsey happening 24/7. They knew it. Why didn't they stop it? Adentina Abruani in crime, and they are never stop it. A cry, a one woman, yes, see, at the blocks, bricks, aya plant, esi hotel, esi restaurant, aya kindergarten, ye Galamsey 24/7. Over so chem say for 8 years, Akufo Addo abino, police ni bi ehu, soldier ni bi ehu, immigration officer bi ehu. They saw it, but they were being protected by the government of the day. Abruani in crime any. Wontumi Galamsey city ni.
Indeed, you see, the focus has been on Adwenepa crime because that is where we raided first, and that's where information started coming out. But just about 10 kilometers from Adwenepa is Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is even far more bigger and far more worse than Adwenepa. And I wonder why they chose the holy name of Jerusalem for such a terrible community as engaged in illegal mining. But then in the Jerusalem vicinity, because they had a wing that the Adwenepa area is now lying desolate and in ruins, and people may have lost their property. They had a wind of it, and at the time we entered Jerusalem, people were moving en masse. People were moving, lots of people were moving en masse, packing their tents. You could see a lot of these tricycles, these projects, these aboboyes, cutting so many things out of the community. We allowed the people to leave before we raise down that community as well. Aside that, there's also a third community called Wasan Crime. For Wasan Crime, it is not a slum. It's an actual community, but they have provided that haven for the miners to come and settle among the community. They have structures, concrete structures, buildings, nice buildings, better sanitation over there. Indeed, you see, the focus has been on Adwenepa crime because that is where we raided first, and that's where information started coming out. But just about 10 kilometers from Adwenepa is Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is even far more bigger and far more worse than Adwenepa. And I wonder why they chose the holy name of Jerusalem for such a terrible community as engaged in illegal mining. But then in the Jerusalem vicinity, because they had a wing that the Adwenepa area is now lying desolate and in ruins, and people may have lost their property. They had a wind of it, and at the time we entered Jerusalem, people were moving en masse. People were moving, lots of people were moving en masse, packing their tents. You could see a lot of these tricycles, these projects, these aboboyes, cutting so many things out of the community. We allowed the people to leave before we raise down that community as well. Aside that, there's also a third community called Wasan Crime. For Wasan Crime, it is not a slum. It's an actual community, but they have provided that haven for the miners to come and settle among the community. They have structures, concrete structures, buildings, nice buildings, better sanitation over there.
Now you understand what is happening. It's the Adena MPP for Ayeno. They know what they have done. They know what they have done. Anything that they are quick to say, yay, NDC, I don't know, most of people say, these are animals. There's one guy, Wontumi director, Andy, Kumasi Obi Animno, Otum Fomin Animal, Obi Animno. One of the most diabolical boys ever Santimemu. Galamsey a boy we a monitama a Chema Wontumi. Andy. Or child in the picture of a criminal boy. Excavators, body patrol. Andy is the one who is leading all this thing for Chema Wontumi. One of the directors, a friend Andy, one of them was Santimemu. Andy, Munina Munimuno. Insu ya se no, Boasia ya se Boase, Asantimemu, Galamsey, Mensah nimuno. Omunim say he's a criminal. Or he be near Santimemu Onimandi. Chairman Wontumi directors boys no Asantini ba omo no ma say nsuo ni nyina omo nyina nim Kevin Taylor kokape yesi omu ade Kevin Taylor mu otumfo Kevin Taylor mu asantefo Chairman Wontumi director Andy omo ti asantime mu mumsa omo mumusa Andy mumu nyina munim adwuma Andy ye munim the directors ne ba kono no but time go talk now mommy go straight to CJ asem no so na yendwudwam ema Ghana for ehunu kure no